everybody for coming. It is such a fabulous turnout. We're so happy to have everybody here. My name is Heidi Prather, and I am Lori's maid of honor. Well, first, I would just kind of like to start and tell you a little bit about how I met Lori. We met in the 4th grade when I first moved to Corpus Christi. This was a time when Cyndi Lauper and mod miniskirts were very in for 12-year-olds. When we weren't busy choreographing dances to Paula Abdul with Brittany Wild, one of our other high school friends, we would be pretending that Lori's house connected to one of our other friends' houses by a tunnel underneath the canals that actually entered through the dryers of Lori's house and her house. I won't tell you who actually tried to get in the dryer to find this tunnel, but it's another story. So this is how our friendship began. In high school, I ended up switching schools, and Lori began to take on the role as my one constant and reliable friend back to the life I left behind in Corpus Christi. And it was this time that I realized this was one of Lori's most endearing qualities. She is constant and reliable and very loyal. In contrast, I am much of an overcommitter, which means I'm very enthusiastic. However, I hardly am reliable when it comes to punctuality, although I did make it here on time. Lori, on the other hand, is always punctual, very decisive, and my most reliable friend. And I think that will all be great qualities for her and her family with Emma and Alex and Tim. However, there was this one time we had just graduated from high school at our respective schools, and Lori's graduation present was a trip to New York City from her lovely parents. We stayed at the Plaza Hotel before its renovation. It's now mostly condos and overlooks Central Park, quite beautiful. And on our last night, per our usual reputation, Lori was packed and ready to go to the airport at 8 a.m. for our afternoon flight. On the other hand, I may or may not have been still asleep, may or may not have gone out that night. So Lori so aptly left me, like, maybe arousable in the hotel room, and we decided that we would meet in the lobby before our train departed to go back to the airport in Islip. Now, to note that this train, it leaves on the hour every hour, and it's about an hour train ride to Long Island so we can catch our flight. So finally, when I make it down to the lobby, in a hurry, because of course I'm running late, we have about 15 minutes, I'm trying to find her. Frantic. I talked to the concierge, the bellboy, everybody. There's no redhead, no red luggage in sight anywhere. She finally calls me. Lori, where are you? At Bloomingdale's? I'm like, what? This is so unlike you. So, needless to say, about a $150 cab ride later, and much ado over trying to use traveler's checks to pay for this cab ride, we make our flight. But all in all, I think this is Lori. She's 90% always responsible, but that 10%, when things like shopping come and play, she's always cool, calm, and collected, and knows how to get through any kind of jam. And through all this, I think she's one of the best friends that anybody could ever have. So I'm really honored to be here tonight. So let's go ahead and raise our glasses and give a toast to Lori and her new family with Alice and Tim and Emma, and may they have a blessed and very happy marriage together. Cheers.
All right, if I could have a couple of words from Mr. Chris Duff.
Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you all for being here. I would also like to say thanks to Miss Peggy Shirley, mother of the bride, and then also to Mr. Charles and Karen Tees for having us all here in such a beautiful place with a beautiful view today, so for a beautiful occasion. I'm going to keep it a little short. Heidi did a great job. It's going to be hard to follow her. I would like to say from my heart, and I believe everybody in here, we hope that your love will grow every day for each other. We hope that your marriage is long and strong and that it's full of happiness and adventure, which I think the both of you will have plenty of that. So anyways, I would also like to raise a toast, or raise your glass, and let's please welcome Mr. Tim and Lori Tees.
I was going to tell you a joke about a pencil, but it didn't have a point. Now, Tim was born in San Angelo, and he was about somewhere between 2 and 3 years old. We were at a drive-in restaurant, and we were feeding him soda crackers. He picks up a fork, and Karen says, "You can't eat a soda cracker with a fork." Don't tell Tim he can't do anything. I wish him all the best. Thank you.
Now we're going to have a very special word from Mr. Tim Tees.
Thank all of you for coming today. And I want to give a toast to Lori's dad, Larry Latour. Larry came from Canada and came to the United States and kicked some butt, built condominiums, built residential properties, developed properties. And I guess right before he passed away, it was me, Lori, and Peggy were at the bedside. And he said to me, "Tim, keep your hands off my daughter." But Lori corrected me and said, he didn't say that. He said, "Tim, take care of my daughter." Peggy thought he said, "Tim, go put your head in a bucket of water." But I'm going with Tim, take care of Lori. That's what I'm going to do. And toast to Larry Latour, the great Canadian that came to the United States.